yeah, I guess let's start with Toga.
Hell yeah, we started talking.
Um,
I'm not gonna warp this tier list. Oh no, it's called the Connor rule because you're the one that introduced it, Connor. You don't have to always be the one that funds it. Uh,
so
with
where is
the
Toga?
rando hit, with the rando hit, she definitely took a big hit. But
Yeah, Rando was kind of nuts with her. I mean, she's like bottom of A, top of B. I feel
yeah,
like.
she's definitely
I
a.
think there's still good things going on with her. She can still do good things. But you are having to fill your deck with a bunch of characters. You sort of have to use her kit to do the thing. I don't know whether she's quite A. I don't know. My
I
gut says
think
top of
she's.
B.
I think she's primarily A because of her symbols, having access to things like Overhaul, Minata, Younger Toguro is
Yeah,
very powerful, and then still
it
being able
is,
to
but
use her.
you sort of need to hit them off the mill. You need to play, like I say, her kit, which maybe isn't necessarily greatest all the time. You have to fill your deck with a bunch of characters that, for the most part, are blank unless they're in your discard pile. So, like, can really ruin your turn one builds. I think that the consistency hit you're getting from the deck building thing, where like someone like Mimic, for example, where he has to just play loads of assets, they don't hurt him as much. Whereas, yeah, so I think my gut says high B unless until proven otherwise, because of just the consistency of
I'd,
putting loads of characters in your deck.
Rando is still very powerful. I would definitely say A, but if you want to move it to B, that's fine.
Yeah, I think high B, but we can always come back and tinker with things.
Then we go to Giro 3.
Giro 3 isn't a character, I'm
Giro 3 is
afraid.
a character.
She's not very good, is she? I
Uh,
mean,
she has stats on face, and then you can then look at the top two cards of your deck. Uh, after you check a copy of the card you're trying to play, add that checked card. That second response just doesn't really exist.
no, it's so random, right? And just as a once per turn, give it some speed. Look at the top two. You don't get to change it. She's a seven-hander in a format that's still pretty rough on
Yeah,
seven-handers.
she's doing worse Midnight One
Honestly,
things.
I think she's just a D. I don't see anyone
I
wanting
think
to
she's
play
C. I
her.
think she'll see local play. I don't think she's terrible. I think she could be fun.
Okay. I mean, I'll bend to you on this one, but I'd honestly put her in possibly the worst character in set territory.
Kaiser, yeah, she uses Final Smash. Well, but you still have to check the free, and you don't get any additional to your checks. You still have to check badly just to add it to your hand. Only you do get to recheck, but you may check better.
So, Lady Nagan, is she just worse Jin? Is the question.
I'm not a Lady Nagant fan.
I think her form's pretty good. Like, just always having an attack, therefore always having ways to pressure enhance buttons is pretty good. Like,
Is it
sure, she
though?
doesn't add stats. She's
It
got a cancel.
it's a high attack into. We don't know what the meta is, but if we go off last meta into showdowns and airy smiles, vile seizing.
D. There's no way Nagant is worse than Jiro. No
No,
way
no,
that in
I'm
hell
not. I'm not
Nagant
saying
is
the
worse
Gant
than
is worse
Jiro.
than
No,
Jiro.
I'm saying these jabronis in chat,
Oh,
Connor and Steve. Yeah, there's no
I
way.
don't
Like,
think
just
they.
having, she's got a cancel on face. She's no way worse than Jiro.
But you have to stuff your card pool for that, which I mean you
Yeah,
do
but
get to.
sometimes that's just worth it, right? Because it's a cancel. But like, yeah, in a lot of ways, she's just a sort of bad Jin. She's probably C, but definitely above Jiro.
Yeah,
Like, she's a locals deck realistically.
I mean, someone might crack her because I mean you get evil, which means you can rando spirit gun her. There are things that do play night. You get to use borrowed goods. I don't know if Pinky Grape combo has these symbols, which would then stuff the couple more. But for me, +1 difficulty in all my things and the commit cost just to stop a non-character enhance. You can't even stop responses.
Yeah, but like, cancels are powerful. Even stuffing one, a cancel is powerful, right?
I mean, I'd rather just play Eraserhead 2 and just go, I'll stop the ability I'm most concerned about on one of your attacks, and then draw for your if you completely block my stuff?
Yeah. I'm not saying she's great. I'm
No.
just saying like she's miles better than Jiro in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
Just always having an attack on your turn.
I wasn't saying that she was worse than Jiro.
Mm.
Evil is very very good. Evil is very very good with her because she gets access to a lot of stuff. But I imagine that's does Pinky Combo have evil? Oh, I've literally just like folded my current maps
Pinky
up.
combo.
Pinky Combo combos with a face down and makes them stuff their card pool.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Pinky Combo has Evil and Void, so yeah, she can use Pinky Combo. Combo Enhance your rival adds one foundation from the stage to their card pool. They don't get to build.
Just it's a 4 mid 4.
It's a 4 mid 4 that I mean it's still a D build.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, she's a C. That's just where she is, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, for me, she feels like Elder Toguro. Someone will come across and crack the code to make her insane, but it won't be me, and it will be. I can imagine like Garrett Brett or Tim Keefe just behind locked doors, just like cooking insanely with how to try and make this work.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite possible the payoff just isn't there for it, but
Mina Ashido 3. After your ranged or slam attack deals damage, your rival loses 1 health. Commit, remove 2 face down cards from your card pool, your rival destroys 1 ready foundation.
Yeah, let's just slap her in D and call it a day.
Yeah, especially in her symbols, Mina 2 just does everything she wants to do but better.
Yeah, she's just not. I can't see like even as a locals, I can't see a world you want to play her. Like, I guess you could try and go fully in on like foundation destruction with her, but
you'd have to go foundation destruction and echo sort of card line.
Yeah, and just things that flip and like obviously her kit, I guess, and but just the payoff isn't there, and like pinging for 1 damage, sure it can kill, but you're keyword locked as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a response like Dabby 3, so it's playable while committed, which is very cool.
Yeah, but if you want to do the foundation destruction thing, there's so many other characters that can almost certainly do that much better.
Yeah,
so, I think she's just a D. She's not good.
I'm sure, again, someone will be sitting there playing, but you could just be playing Mina 2. On these symbols, you apart from like Void, you could just be playing Mina 2.
Yeah.
Mirko 2. Pro Hero, commit after your Fury or kick attack deals damage. Clear 1 attack from your card pool. Your next attack gets +1 speed, +1 damage. Tenacious, destroy 1 foundation, ready this card.
Yeah, my gut says a B, like low B, maybe high C on Mirko. Like she has that Asui like railgun thing going, right? Of clear, kill a foundation, ready, clear, kill a foundation, ready, clear, and just like bam, bam, bam. She's got a big old booty on her at 30.
Yeah.
Like, the kicks and furies on her symbols aren't terrible. And like you just sort of forced to block everything. Like she has a bit sort of Bakugo 1 vibes, like the
Bakugo 1 with a bit more destruction.
Yeah, I mean,
more conditional
like,
coda.
She's powerful. Like that was who I played against, obviously round 2, and sometimes it was really tricky. Like just obviously getting that 3+1+1, but it's just it's getting that first attack to land, right? But she does have. Yeah, she's worse than Mako 1, but that's fine. But
I like the fact you can use this.
For it.
You can use this on your first attack as well, because it's after it deals damage. You don't have to, unless you've got some abilities on the after it deals damage. Which even then you can just stack your responses. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. She just needs to get her attacks to land, so it's finding out how and she can string like because she can just keep clearing and stuff. I think she's a B.
Can you get around learning the standards with this? Your attack deals damage. You respond. You remove it from your card pool. Your next attack gets
No,
+1
because
+1.
the learning standards doesn't care about the damage, the attack being in the card pool, right? It's just like I've taken damage, an unblocked attack. You now have to play a non-attack. But it means that then you play a foundation, you play a
But
foundation, you then play
does
another
the
attack, and it
response
gets
step
plus
just
one
end
plus
because
one.
it's no longer an attack in the pool?
But you doesn't matter. You've still
It's one of those wibbly wobbly things, isn't it?
yeah. I think the response window is still open, so you can both still respond. I don't think aborting the attack effectively at that point closes that response
I
window.
definitely think she's a low B.
Yeah.
If you can play around your opponent's damage responses, she may go up to like a high B.
Yeah, I mean, she's B at best. Like, it's one of those ones where I wouldn't be surprised, like, if someone like really likes her, wants to play that thing, and comes up with a moose for her. But yeah, like sometimes it's just like, well, if they just block everything, I don't really do much. So, like, she might be like, yeah, she's sort of low B, maybe high C.
These are in some kind of weird order. What's happened to the order of these guys?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I think Flynn might have messed it up when he was playing. That's fine. Momo Yayorozu 3.
I don't know how good Momo actually is. She's going to be a lot of fun, and a lot of fun from a deck building perspective.
I think A. I honestly think A.
Yeah, she probably is, right? Just being able to always build the best one in your discard pile, and just like
Adam does have a point
always
around
getting
mental load.
like at least +1 or -1 speed on everything. Yeah, she's probably A. I don't think she's S.
No, she's not.
I think
S, but
I honestly don't think any of these are going to go into S. Right? None of them I think are that cracked.
for how consistently she can build a lot going second because she can use herself as a commit foundation cost. The fact she shares symbols with new trading method with that as well means you can just build 2 before you even played your first form. With how consistent players are competitive with going with 4 of their best foundations, I think the biggest thing that she has going for against her at the minute is the flip meta. That so many foundations have a flip cost that it sort of eats away at power.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she's an A.
If we want in a flip cost kind of meta, then I think she might be low of S because it all goes down to your opponent's build. But with the new Deku foundation as well, it says if it's committed for cost radiate, you just get a free build every turn.
Yeah, I think she's good. Like, yeah, she's an A. I don't think she's S yet, but like,
no,
if it turned out she ended up being an S, I wouldn't be overly surprised. But I think she's an A for me for now.
For sure, definitely for sure. Next we go on to. I'll try to get rid of an ad. There it is. Mei Hatsume. Oh god damn it.
So yeah, so I didn't have the best of time with Mei today. But I think she gets a lot better when you actually get to play with her full kit.
Yeah, when you got the Breaker 7.
What's that? Sorry.
When you got the Breaker 7 help.
Yeah, May's really cool, especially when you get to like you play 4 patchwork babies. See you later, Kai. And play 4 barrier shields and breaker someone to oblivion. And yeah, just being able to give +2 speed and everything, as long as you got another attack. That was one of the things I kept coming across is like playing an attack, and I'm like, shit, I've got a handful of foundations. I can't do anything with the thing. So she probably wants to play like some amount of actions and assets. So it's like,
yeah, she definitely wants to be playing like Babies 202.
Yeah, I don't know where she's going to end up, but I'd say she's at least a B. I'd say maybe I'd put her probably at the top of B. In that I think she's better than a locals deck. I don't know whether she's quite got those chops to be in that A S tier. I expect them to be topping events, but I could certainly see her at events. and I think she's better than certainly better than those other two in the B tier.
Yeah, I think she could be like a mimic, sneaky sort of A sort of tier.
Yeah.
The way she interacts
Yeah,
with
again, it's the
Breaker and
question of
stuff.
like, is the things sort of she's doing with these tech, like, is Mimic just sort of doing that sort of thing better? Who knows? But like, I think there's something there with May, and I think I'm happy putting her in that top of B for now.
For me, if it was just reveal one card, but the fact you have to reveal an action asset or give away what your next attack's going to be,
yeah,
is a little bit of a pain.
it is, but like, it would be too good if it wasn't,
Yeah.
because I just like, okay, I'll show you this foundation, I'll give it damage, I'll discard it, draw one. Oh look, and it's just like cycle on every attack, so that'd be too powerful. So I get why they did it,
Yeah.
and that's fine. But yeah, I think B, and I could see her moving down, I could see her moving up.
Okay. Midnight 2. If Mop Strike was still in the game, I would slap her into A. I know she doesn't work with weapon, and people said to me, but if the fact you could just make your opponent discard on every attack and keep messing with her hand would be insane. And the fact you could just use it to just draw. I like Midnight 2. I really want to test it.
She's a C.
She's not C.
Yeah, she is.
She's not.
Look, I understand. Like, she doesn't do any sort of stats. Like, if your attack is not blocked, they discard a card. Like, cards in hand really aren't value, especially when it's like
Okay, no,
random.
it's commit after an attack is blocked, so it works in your rival's turn as well.
I know, but
so
they just discard a foundation.
In my rival's turn, I block, I make them discard, and I go, cool, attack me again. My next check gets +2. And it's to play a card, so even if they play Val Sealing or something like that,
it
doesn't deflect the check. On her symbols, with Nedre, on Chaos, with Battle or Release, on
I just don't think she's ever killing anyone. And like, she's very keyword locked, because otherwise, what's the point? Like, she's very much playing ranged.
I mean, there's a lot of good
range stuff. It was before what it used to be.
I definitely say
a foundation isn't really that exciting either. Like,
with how controlling Void can be and how we've seen Death.
Yeah, I get that, but there's like about 17 other Void characters on Void or Death I'd rather play than Midnight.
I'll put her to top of C, but I definitely think she should be in B.
I don't think so. Like, I mean, again, I could see her going into maybe the bottom of B. I could see an argument for honestly putting her in D. But yeah,
let's just go back because
exactly. Like, I think all the things she's trying to do, you can just do 17 times better in a bunch of different characters.
Let's back up because UVS has got this in a different order. So, Ochaka Uraka 5. Response twice per turn. After you commit one or more foundations during this enhanced step, your next check gets +1. And enhance, change the zone of this attack, this mid attack to high, it gains +1 speed. I mean, it's technically stats on face, but you haven't got a way to trigger that response on face, which is a bit of a pain.
No. So you sort of need to play things that work with that, and it's nice, like just a twice per turn response. Like, you commit when you get +1 to your check, so it works on offense and defense, right? I commit my thing to give it -2 speed. I respond, by my next check gets +1. Okay, cool. Changing a mid to a high so it can definitely get every smiles or showdown just for +1 speed. I mean, sometimes I guess you can use it on.
I don't think you're showdowning some of these symbols.
No, as in, like, I change my mid to a high, and then they can then showdown me, right?
Yeah, I was more thinking defensively with the changes on this attack.
Yeah, but it's like giving it a speed, right? Like, I think she's just a D. I think she's probably above Mina, but like, I just don't see anyone ever wanting to play.
I mean, I know Thomas Redmond has been high on what she's capable of doing. I think having +1 to your check twice per turn, thanks to when you get stunned, is good. But
again, it's just not.
No,
not that much, especially as like she's a seven-hander. I think you have to be really doing something special as a
I can't see
seven-hander
why
to
anyone
warrant
would
playing.
play her over Chaco 4.
Yeah, exactly. A Chaco 4 is like literally one of the best characters in the game. Like you could genuinely make arguments for her being the best character in the game right now. Um, so like a Chaco
Uh,
5's got a lot of catching up to do in this. I'm afraid she doesn't do it.
Kinoko Kamori, we have enhance your attack, add one mushroom counter to a rival foundation. This attack gets +1 damage for every 2 mushroom counters in play. So that's a little worse than that's a lot worse than you're good to go really. Destroying
Mm-hmm.
foundation. This attack gets +1 speed, playable by either player. That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Commit if there are 5 or more mushroom counters in play. Draw 2 cards. So essentially, you've got your opponent has an out on face.
Yeah, you're giving the opponent a deadlock out, which is never a good thing.
It's more an out
Um,
for your first in hands. You go, okay, I'll give you a
yeah,
foundation.
I mean, but you just give it to their best thing. It's like if you want to blow that up for +1 speed on your attack, sure. Um, I think she's cool, so I want to put her in like probably the bottom of C, just because she does a cool thing. I don't think she's necessarily good,
So
but
with
like,
her kit and some of the stuff that's out there,
yeah,
I would and given her like her symbols as well,
mm.
I would probably more put her into the bottom of B.
Is anyone actually good? I mean, B is when you start looking at competitively viable, right? We've always
No,
said S is like your regional
A is
winners.
competitively viable. S is winning major events. B is winning local championships and qualifiers. I can definitely see Mushroom Girl winning local championships and qualifiers.
I see. I don't. I think like
With
I think
muscular stuff that cares about counters on your character, and you got I'll add a counter to my character and then take it off to draw a card.
yeah. Again, I think she's a locals character to me, and like maybe like top of C, I can buy that. But I think that she just doesn't have enough of a kit to do her thing, and like just giving your opponent um what is the thing? What is the foundation destroy if he sets
Feeling
free?
cute.
Feeling cute. Yeah, giving your opponent a free feeling cute doesn't feel
No,
great.
especially when you need them to have stuff on their
Yeah.
foundations. It is a way just going targeting their foundations and giving them
Okay.
blood.
I mean, I've been overrunning this. Like, I'll buy it. I'll acquiesce and say bottom of B.
No, it's fine. I mean, there's other characters I'd like to fight harder
And then
for,
we got
but
Stephen
I
Chat thinks she could win a local champs on the pilot, and I was like, yeah, okay, sure. Like, I think if you can build her right and get the kit right, like committing to draw 2 cards is nice if you can get there. Just
I
how you
tell
get
you
there,
what
really.
though, if Alt Art Momo was allowed to keep her symbols, that would be
Mm,
S tier.
yeah.
For you to build in any death foundation at the start of your turn would just have
Because
me
like
going. I'll flip Keiko's, destroy Keiko's, start on my turn, commit a foundation, build Keiko's.
I'd be a little bit happier with her if she said destroy 1 foundation with a mushroom counter. This attack gets +1 speed, right?
Hmm.
I'd be a little bit more in because this just
Certainly
gives them
put.
feeling cute. So it's like, okay, cool. I'll just destroy my random face downs. There are mushroom counters that I don't care about, but I'm just
Yeah,
destroying them for +1 speed.
you go. Oh,
But like,
I checked a 4 on my 5 attack. I'll commit a face down, blow it up for a speed.
yeah, if it said had a mushroom counter on, then that's like, it's giving your opponent an out to the whole mushroom counter thing, but you're putting on their best foundation. So there's like a bit of play there and a little bit more powered. So
Yeah,
like,
there's no
I'd be a
point.
bit more in if she said destroy a foundation with a mushroom counter.
It's a
But also,
character you never
she
have.
gets feeling cute as well. So
Yeah, it's a character you never have to run deadlock in because your opponent's never going
mm,
to deadlock.
yeah.
Nejire 2. Enhance once per turn, permanently reduce your life maximum health total by 3. Add one ranged attack with difficulty of 4 or less from your discard pile to your hand. Response: commit after you block with a foundation, build it. And this time she's a 31 healther compared to when she was a 7-hander. I really like Nejire 2.
I really like Nejire too, and then I look at the 4 diff ranged attacks and I get upset. That's my beef with Nejire.
Isn't there a decent amount on air?
Not really. I mean, walk the dog's the obvious one, right?
Oh yeah.
Is that when they've got 4 committed, you just pick up um 4. You just pick up your walk the dogs. That's great. Um,
She's a good life.
yeah. Like I'm just scanning through them now.
I mean, if she had battle or release symbols, that would be absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's not a range though, is it?
It is.
Is it?
It's a range.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sniping spy. She's not really
That's
doing
why.
that.
That's why I want to play Midnight so badly, because I just get to go. If you don't block this, you take a shit ton of damage, and I freeze one of your foundations.
Like obviously she can pick up her 2-check. Her 2-check's pretty good if she's doing the range thing. Like electric shock, no, not really. Like shotgun, but that's charged, not ranged.
She gets instant shadow flash, which is cool.
Instant shining flash is a nice one to pick up.
I'm probably gonna go for these first.
Finger daggers, maybe. I was trying to look at some sort of ranged weapon thing with dimension sword. Right?
Nedry wave is a decent one if you can get
momentum. Nedry wave, like fiber web combo, stylus strike.
I mean, like, you can get throwing knife lunge if you want to go the weapon route.
She could do I won't back down, pick those up, and also play tastier if she wants to. I mean, it's not a range, but sure.
Zero gravity barrier, ew.
Yeah, like single spiral.
You can play heroic clash every turn.
Yeah, like she can do heroic clash stuff, but like you see what I mean? Is like you go through and it's like some of these are okay, but they're not really exciting me, and that's my beef with her. I think.
Yeah, I mean you've got shocking entrance, but that only matters if it's your first attack, and you using her ability doesn't really get you there.
Yeah, there's not even great like. Is there ones with?
Hula hoop could be a cool one. A 4 mid for 7. That's always your second attack.
Yeah. There's not even like good like breaker type ones you could pick up as well.
No, I think if she'd have come out a little bit sooner, say like when set 1 was still around, she'd be insane.
Yeah, but it's just like the 4 diff ranged attacks on those symbols just don't excite me. I think it's a walk the dog angle and hope you can do that every turn. Like because you only really need like 2 or 3 to really get going, so you've always got a good option to pick up, and you don't necessarily want to do it every turn.
I think
like, how many reduced by 3 is a lot.
Actually, having a look at what she has access to, I think she probably does belong in C, but with an asterisk.
Also, the response is very powerful, right? Because it clears your progressive, builds you a foundation. So
manly passionate on face, and there's that new foundation. I think like when you block with a foundation.
Like if we're putting Mushroom Girl in B, then I think she goes in B.
That's right.
Like I think there's stuff she can do. It's just not quite as exciting as I want her to.
I think that when Attack on Titan hits, because of how the fights go in Attack on Titan, we're going to see a lot more ranged attacks, and I think she's going to jump up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you know the more ranged attacks come onto her symbols, the better she's going to be.
For sure.
Yeah.
We completely missed Mount Lady as well. Mount Lady 3, missing the giant keyword this time. Reveal one.
Yeah, it's weird. It's all of her other versions have it, and then she doesn't for some reason. I don't know if that's a story thing or not. But...
No idea. She, as far as I'm aware, at this point in the story, she hasn't really lost she hasn't lost anything, or I don't know if she loses anything in general. But enhanced reveal 1 momentum. Your non-throw attack, we always hate to see that, gets powerful X. X equals the number of keywords on the revealed card.
Yeah, but you don't really want to be able to give a throw powerful 4 or something, so that's totally fine.
But I mean, Younger to Go just gives throw attacks 4 damage for the cost of 1 foundation. Commit after you block an attack. Add the top card of your deck to your momentum. Your rival's next attack gets -1 damage for each of your momentum. The response is pretty cool because it's not limited. It's kind of like a little cheeky Amajiki
it's
one.
Like Amajiki-esque, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's cool. This feels like a locals character. Like, I just don't think she's doing anything exciting.
It requires you to
And
play a lot of keywords, and that is a lot of mental load to take into account with how much you know.
yeah, I think she's like probably top of C, maybe. I don't know. Like she's a C. I think she's a locals character that you can do some cool. I'll give this attack power for Lex and chuck it for a billion.
Just because of Petty Squabble, I'm putting Midnight on top because they are a little bit of rival.
That's fine.
People can go
yeah,
above
I think
Midnight.
like, I'd rather play like an Amajiki or a Mountain Lady
Yeah.
too. So yeah, she feels very locals.
Pony, enhance discard 2 cards, add 2 horn counters to this card. Draw a card. Remove 1 horn counter. This attack gets +2 or -2 speed. Remove 2 horn counters, change the zone attack, and remove 3 horn counters. Clear 1 card from your card pool. 700 22.
She's cool. I don't know whether she's good, but she's cool. Honestly, I think I want to move her and Mushroom Girl and just put them at the top of C. And I think
on her symbols, she has a lot of draw power, which I think will come into a lot of play with the top enhance.
And her abilities are really, really good. Like they're really cool, and like especially if you can sort of defend, like build up like 6, 8 like counters or something, and just say, actually, I'm just going to play an attack, play another attack, clear this one, play another attack, clear this one, and just keep a clean card pool and string it out once and just kill someone. Certainly something I could see her doing. But she's effectively a 6-hander, right, to an extent, with 22 health. So,
but I mean, she is and she isn't, and there's a lot of times going down 2 to draw 1 can be very, very good for you, especially on these symbols.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think she's bad. I think she's probably better than Mushroom Girl.
We haven't
seen
Mushroom
Girl probably goes back down to C, and maybe she goes into B.
I think Mushroom Girl stays at the bottom of B, and we just put her in B.
Okay.
Pony has been doing very well in Sealed, taking multiple events. We haven't seen a character with like counters actually do too much competitively, but I think Pony,
cool, right? And like again, I could see someone playing her like at local championships and doing well.
Yeah, you got resistance training that tell it a draw. Again, has battle or release symbols, has rapid punches symbols. There's a lot of draw on earth, air, and fire at the minute. You get shiver symbols. You get on air you get fearsome transformation. Earth you get petty squabble. Fire you get a lot. There's a lot of draw out there at the minute. Part of why Midnight is still very bad. Because there's so much draw at the minute.
Yeah, so just even making a miscard, I just don't think it does a lot. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of down on Midnight.
Yeah, I think
like if draw wasn't so free, there'd be a lot more to her. But draw is so free at the moment that yeah.
Ryuku 2. Before you take damage from an unblocked attack, reduce its damage by 1, minimum of 1. Your attack with 1 or fewer abilities gets +2 speed, +2 damage. So she plays her original kit very well. Instead of like you get momentum, you draw a card, get momentum. Everything gets +2, +2.
I'd rather draw a card and get a momentum. Quite frankly, for the most part.
Reducing damage by 1 is
sealed. Like the reducing the damage by 1 seems a bit bobbins.
It keeps you alive, but
does it really? Just like 1 damage is nothing.
Honestly, I think while Ryuku 1 is still around, I think she just goes into D. Ryuku 1 does everything she wants to do but better, and there are better characters to give +2, +2 whilst keeping your abilities around.
Yeah, like I say, she beat the crap out of me, but yeah, doesn't do anything exciting.
Again, that's sealed, and she probably had access to a lot of her own kit because she's got some very good commons and uncommons.
Yeah, I could buy top of D for Ryuku or something.
Adam says Ryuku's boring as hell to play during the pre-release and just wanted to cry. Yeah, because you basically You're playing the vanilla game, which hopefully Bill Stark will address in his next character. Of you're playing vanilla and French vanilla cards, which are blank attacks or attacks that have keyword abilities, and going. Is it
Yeah,
this
I
a
mean, it
foot?
was just basically play attack, give it +2/+2, dome me for 8. Play
Yeah,
attack, give
here's
it
an attack.
+2/+2,
It has
dome me
plus
for
two,
8.
plus two, and it has throw or it has powerful or it has stun. And isn't this a fun interactive game where I just do one ability and I go, let's go?
Yeah, it's just, again, not exciting. So, yeah, I think I'm okay.
Asui 4. Now, I think this is where we're going to have an argument.
Is it? I don't think she's good.
She's very good.
Is she?
She's a 7-hander.
Really? Is she really?
She is a 7-hander. She's a 7-hander with 33 health.
Is she?
She's put infinite potential is still legal.
I know, but still.
Award the Victors is still legal.
Sure, but she actually can new one.
Her new UR, which basically just goes, if this attack deals damage, stick it on top of your deck, or if another attack deals damage, stick this card on top of your deck. Just lets you keep picking it up, and then it gets +3 speed.
I'm not buying her. I mean, I think she's probably a C. I don't think she's terrible, but like, she's probably marginally better than Jiro. But she's in that kind of Nagant.
She is not bottom of C.
No. She's better. I say she's better than Jiro, but she's in that kind of Nagant Mount Lady sort of area.
So depending on how relevant mids become, even just half blocking mids, I think Breaker 1 on everything is insane. The fact you don't have to commit her to picking up the range or charge attacks, and with how much check hacking there is going on,
I mean, I could buy top of C. I just don't think she's any better than that as a 5-hander. Like, if she was doing similar sort of things as like a 6-hander with lower health, I could buy it. But like, yeah,
I'm hoping like Sean or Tam or someone shows. But I honestly think she has a potential.
No, I'm not buying.
I'm not a fan of 5-handers. I want to really try her, but I think she's got some potential with how defensive she can be, and the fact that checking port, you don't even have to pass the check to pick it up.
Yeah. I mean, just giving +3 speed. I don't think she's ever killing anyone. Yeah, I'm not buying it with that. Sorry.
That's fair, but yeah, for me, we're not even at woman yet, Andrew. I'm gonna keep calling Andrew Adam. Now at woman.
Yeah, woman does a lot of damage, and that commit draw card minus 3 speed is pretty nice. Like, I think she's arguably the best one to play in sealed.
She's definitely she's a 6-hander, but only for defense. I've not played much girl power on TTS against people, but I've played against woman, and that commit -3 speed before the block step and draw a card to pick up possibly another block is very powerful, especially on her symbols.
Yeah, and she's got a lot of life, and like that damage output can go crazy.
Yeah,
like it's not quite Nomu 1 levels, but like, you know, most of the time you don't care about burning stuff from a discard pile, right? Because it's like, I'm going to kill you before I cycle.
The only time you care about it is when you come across ultra defensive decks, and then you cycle and you just don't see anything.
Yeah, you just have to play sensibly, right? I think she's probably top of B, maybe A.
I'd say low A. I'd say low A.
Yeah, I could buy it. She does have a lot of damage output.
Even if you just
remove defensive thing on face.
So even if you just remove polite and well spoken for the +1/+2, then build it in, that's still a very good interaction. With her kit as well, being able to draw cards.
Speed, but it is only 1 speed. It's not crazy, right? So, but like, she can do like a fire self mill type thing. like she can play Void defense and actually fit and sort of her face deals with Void stats issues that it
I'm
sometimes
just gonna
has.
quickly check chat, see if anyone's. Oh, Adam needs to subscribe, then won't get ads. But
Yeah, I mean you've got a Prime sub available there, Adam. You can drop a little Prime
so
Prime.
for me, the reason she belongs in A is looking to the future with Ghidorah and Rodan having removing cards matter in
Yeah, and
enhances.
she'll. I think she's solid. I think again, I could see someone genuinely doing well with her, so I'm happy with an A there.
I had that in actually subbed.
I chucked as a primary prime. Thank you very much, Adam.
Big thank you, Adam. But yeah, I think because of the Rodan and Ghidorah stuff, which says if you've removed a card or other stuff like that, I think she jumps up to A. I know they're technically not out yet, but we haven't got any events till they come out, so I'm counting them as
Yeah,
part of this. We'll get on to at some point we'll have to talk about the fact that the ban list is going to be very weird without actual data. But yes,
Kendo.
yeah,
Man,
skipped
Kendo's
over
so
Kendo
fucking
as well.
boring.
Yeah. Kendo is very linear.
Really fucking boring. Like, I'm glad she has a character. I'm glad Funny Punch has like the character, but it's just Funny Punch the character. It's just really dull, and everyone sees it coming.
I
And
can't.
like she does cool things, but like they're not that cool. They're not that exciting. Like Gary locally had built a deck on Kendo and just played it for a bit, and it was like that was like one of the most dull things I've ever done. Like maybe one of the best things you can do with her is just to play her as an 8-hander, 27 health.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't in good conscience put an 8-hander below B.
No, she's. I mean, she's better than. I think Mushroom Girl needs to go down. I keep looking at Mushroom Girl and thinking you don't belong
No,
there. Mushroom.
Mushroom Girl is a lot more powerful than you're giving her credit for.
Um.
Oh,
Yeah.
Adam, I cannot wait for Try Gravity Beam. It's gonna be insane, especially in Woman.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think. I don't know. I just want to put her in C for being fucking dull.
We'll put in C
I
for
did.
being Dylan, but yeah, for me, she is a lot more powerful. Oh, you on about Kendo?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think Kendo essentially goes just below Mirko. She's very consistent. The fact that she's not limited to uh, you're not limited to a first form. So even on your second turn, you can do your 4 check foundations. If you pass them all, you go cool. I'm now an 8-hander. Uh, she doesn't get to skip progressive, but essentially she's kind of like a Tagoro light. You commit 1 foundation, your mid attack gets +2 damage, and it gains stun 1, which essentially gives +1 speed to all your stuff. You can kind of tell it's all designed around focused attack or the big
Yeah, like I mean, you
punch.
don't need to force focus attack, right? You don't need to do it. You can just play another package and just be like, I'm going to play 20 attacks and let's say 10 of them are mids or 8 of them are mids. And so I can use my commit foundation to get plus damage stun 1, but actually you can't. I'm not doing focus attack. I'm just doing other stuff as an 8-hander. And sometimes I can give my attack +2 and stun 1, but you don't know when that's going to be. So do you want to hold a mid or do you need to block my, whatever the other shit she gets on symbol, right? My walk the dog on order, for example. Like, there's probably there could be an easy a walk the dog angle here, playing a bunch of mid stun 1, and then it's like actually my walk and then walk the dogs because I'm an
Yeah,
8-hander and I've definitely drawn a couple. Like,
I mean, water, so you still get double trouble. You get a lot of the Manata stuff, which is a lot of mids.
mhm.
You're talking order. Oh, you're talking all. You get Yusuke stuff on all. You get double spirit blast. You get final spirit gun.
Yeah, like there's stuff you can do. I don't think it's necessarily just a focused attack, but like,
No,
man,
you mean
just
you still can. You got her SR as well, which is very good for that. Where you get to pick
mm.
up. I think
Yeah,
the
I
biggest.
think maybe the best use for her is just ignoring focus attack, right, and just playing a reasonable amount of mids to go with her enhanced, but actually just playing a normal deck.
It doesn't say
and sort of
printed
just
mid, so
abusing the fact that she's an 8-hander.
yeah, if there's a way for you to change it to mid as well, because it doesn't say printed mid, but
Yeah. Yeah, so she's probably a B just from the dint. She could be an 8-hander, 27 health.
I can't in good conscience put a 8-hander in C because that is going second is such an insane value. I think Momo and Kendo may be characters you choose to go second with because of how much value you get out of them. Depending on the matchup, of course.
Yeah.
We've got 3 characters left. We have Toru 2, who has always been a solid performer for Steven.
Handshakes, Adam. Handshakes.
I need to.
Anywho's.
I pulled 2 of her SR, and I thought I had a little bit of potential. Let's have a look at it. When you try to play this card, if you have 3 or more attacks in your card pool, it gets -1 difficulty and +2 damage. So immediately it becomes a 3 difficulty, 5 damage if you've got 3 attacks in your card pool. And discard 2 cards, add 1 mid attack, not named Big Fist Bash from your card pool to your hand. Breaker 3, that was what appealed to me. The Breaker 3.
Yeah, but it's just almost an action at that point.
I love Breaker 3.
Yeah, I mean, Toru's just a B, right? Like, Toru's never exciting. Toru's solid. Like, she probably just goes, like, she's a bit more proven than the rest of these jabronis, so she's probably just top of B. Like,
yeah, the in-person, I think, I've not actually seen if you can blind people with Toru. You can blind them with instant shining flash. I've actually got one. It's great. It's actually a stun grenade. Let me get mine.
Yeah, I was waiting for that, Steve. But yeah, no, she's just a B. I think she's probably a bit, mate. I mean, has she got any better?
Have you pulled one of these yet, Richard?
People now.
Have you pulled one of these instant shining flashes yet?
No, I haven't actually pulled any. I think of the replays. Apart from I pulled Nabara. That was the only one.
Just shine like that, and then it's blinding. Literally.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's cool.
It's
but yeah, I
so
think
shiny.
Top of B. Let's not blind our chat.
Back in you go.
Yeah, I think Toru's top of B.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Like, she gets to play. Like, I'm sure, like, she can do like maybe a Falling Skies thing on water, maybe, or air. Does Falling Skies have water? It must do, yeah.
Yeah, air, earth, and water.
But again, it's like, do I just not just play bloody a Choco 4? So I think she's a B. Like, she's fine. I don't think there's enough people that are doing like holdover things where bouncing the attack actually matters as much as it used
great. I think Stephen might agree with this. She's great if you can get into a slow enough format. So I think part of why Stephen didn't play her in April was because Younger Toguro just outpaces her immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just flipping an attack up into the hand sometimes just doesn't really matter. No. I say she's a B. She's solid, but I don't think she's amazing. Again, I could see someone winning a local championship with her, but I don't see someone winning an RLE with her.
Are we talking about Toru there?
Yeah.
Okay. Ibarra. This attack is -1 damage.
Cool.
Your next attack
is great.
Yeah, so yeah, this attack gets -1 damage, your next attack gets +3. And once per turn, your next low attack ignores progressive difficulty. I think, yeah, -1 damage to all of your opponent's attacks immediately makes her better than Ryuku too.
Yeah, I mean, she's in the B. Like, she's probably like around Kendo, Mirko sort of area, right? She does a thing.
She does a cool thing, and I've seen one of my locals was playing Ibarra at our local qualifier, and I joked that it was because for the last 2 times we played, I beat them with cheerful uppercut, and they wanted to play cheerful uppercut this time. I went, yeah, no, that's right. I just wanted to beat people down with cheerful uppercut. It's like, yeah, that's right.
I mean, she can do.
She can do dumb stuff
Black,
on the water symbol now.
she can do Black Abyss things, right? So she can
Yeah.
play Black Abyss and then
Unlife.
stuff it in with her piercing thorn lances or whatever the attack is that stuffs the low in.
That's
so instantly snag it.
So the combination that Owen was doing was low blow into piercing lance into cheerful uppercut, which was coming at you for like 11.
And also, you don't have to play mono lows, right? You can play non-low attacks. So, for example, like I built on Earth, and I've got Battle Order Release because Battle Order Release is just good. And it's like, oh, you've held all lows, have you? Well, here's my Battle Order Release. And that was on Earth, but on Life you can obviously play pigeons, and so pigeons can then obviously stuff your Black Abysses. So there's stuff you can do with her.
I did think that
she's
Adam
just quite a squishy 7-hander.
I did think Ibarra would be cool in reversal because you could just get to once per turn, have your low reversal not count towards ignore progressive, so you can just punch them.
She's sort of that mid B. She's not amazing, but she's cool.
Urabami's cool. She hasn't really done anything since
she probably goes
Oceanic. But response to the start of your rival's end step, add 1 card from your card pool to your hand. You always get to pick up an attack if you need it. Remove 3 cards from your discard pile. Your next printed 3 attack, you try to play against -1 difficulty and +1 damage. And once per turn, add 1 printed 3 damage attack from your discard pile to your hand.
Yeah, I mean, she's still doing the same things, right? Of whether that's things like Tasty Riffs or Storm of Blades or whatever the hell you want to do with her. But again, she's not amazing. I don't think she's probably more.
She's 3 damage matters, and it's cool with it's definitely cool with things like Tasty Riff. But
again, I don't think she's necessarily killing anyone. Again, she's probably in that sort of midnight Asui range, I think.
Yeah, I think she's definitely cool. I just think she hasn't done anything because people can do what she wants to do without those big restrictions.
Yeah, pretty much. Again, if you want to play a Tasty Ref angle, just play a Chaco, or Asui or something. I'm not a believer, but she's almost certainly an amazingly fun locals deck. I just don't think she's got any.
So Adam wants to play Mirko just to have moving pieces in the game. The game is very static at the minute, and honestly, that's why I want to play Midnight again, because Midnight interacts with every aspect of the game. I get to freeze my opponent's foundations. I get to mess about with their hand. I get to mess about with my checks. I want to play Midnight just because I think that would be cool.
I just want to get him dead. Yeah. And because the realistic, we've put none of these in S. I think that's absolutely correct because none of these characters are amazing. Even a lot of those ones in B's could probably move down a tier. I think I want to move Jiro down to D. I think Jiro's just bad.
I think Nedre has the ability to pop into S. I think Momo, our woman, have the ability to go up to S. Mirko and Kendo could even go up to A depending on what we get.
But in terms of what our current sort of S tier looks like, right? You're talking Amajiki, you're talking a Chaco 4, you're talking
Endeavor 3 is still there. 100.
Endeavor 3
with Flashfire Jet Kindling, he's definitely up there.
So those 3 for definite. Probably Overhaul, maybe Mirio.
I think Overhaul's still a solid A. I don't think he got enough to bump him back into the S tier.
I'm not sure. The Toga 3 might creep into S.
Yes, because of Black Abyss.
Yeah, speaking of which. I picked up my 4th one today.
Deception Dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played against the Mirio on Monday, which is going to come up. Again, so I don't. I need your opinion on something, Richard.
Mm-hmm.
I've rendered the video, but I may need to read it. My opponent for round 3 has Tourette's. Now I went for the video, and he didn't say anything too bad. Do I need to should I put a little warning up for people that might be offended by it, or do I just put in the description that my opponent has Tourette's? Please
No,
disregard.
I don't think we need to draw any sort of attention to their Tourette's. I
Okay.
think you also, as long as they're okay with us publishing the video.
Yeah, they all knew I was recording. It was my setup wasn't subtle, but
I would check with them because some people might not be comfortable with that stuff going out.
yeah, I mean, I
But
never
I don't
asked.
think
I never asked them
again, like
to.
it doesn't. I don't think you need to draw attention to it, and if anyone's got
Okay.
a problem with it, they can fuck off.
Yeah,
Sort of Tourette's.
I
That's
never
not singled
questioned.
out.
I never questioned him on it. I never. It's not. It's not my circus, not my monkeys. I just checked with the playing group if I was correct or if it was just But
Yeah.
I have absolutely no issue. I just wanted to double check because it's going on the channel. If it was maybe it's something to put up there, but if it comes up, it comes up. But I do not care in either direction. He's a good player. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't think we need to draw attention to something. It's not fair. Like that's just who he is, and that's fine. Like,
But yeah, going back to Toga 3 is nuts. Chris Smith dropped me a list. I only made one slight change to it, knowing my locals, and I did a clean sweep. I went 2-0 in all my games.
Yeah, and then we've got whether the new Godzilla characters sort of the impact they're gonna have.
Oh yeah, get different. But do you think we've got time to quickly blast through the other one?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I've got time.
Okay, so this was our girl power tier list. Do comment, do let us know if you think it should have been done any differently. If you're not happy with the placements, I think this is quite a fair one. Sometimes we do have people saying that.
Yeah, it's just it's an early gut feeling, right? And obviously, I have to see how the meta actually plays out. Like honestly, I could see some of those Bs just falling down to that C tier.
I mean, we're 6 weeks away from it, and taking into account the wider meta, like you're saying, Amajiki, Toga, I think even Younger to Go could still be hanging around. That commit one foundation.
Younger to Go is A at worst still. And that's why I was a fan of how they handled the errata, in that he's still playable, but he hasn't sort of thrown away the best character.
Oh yeah, I've just seen it. Connor said Younger's still there. Yeah, Younger's still very powerful. I think I
wouldn't put Younger in S, but he goes down to A, and I think that was a great errata.
I think Karasu is sneakily going to be very destructive next set.
Yeah, Karasu, blood, massive.
I avenged you, even though you told him to kick my ass. I did avenge you.